You're in Braves country. Good afternoon, Braves country. Having some technical issues. Give me 1 second. Just want to double check something. All right, y'all. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll make this short and sweet. The application we're using today is having some issues. Big time issues. We didn't do anything different than what we normally do. And anyways, long story short, the all that stuff that y'all saw playing before actually had audio to it, but for whatever reason it muted us. And then when we came out of the mute, it started giving the echo and all that crap. But anyways, we are here. We are live, pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. I'd say some of this has to do, can't prove it, but I'd say some of this has to do with the fact that every time that the terrible thing that we call Windows has an update, it screws everything up. So wouldn't shock me. But until the Mac gets their head out of their ass and makes it compatible to do certain things, there's not a lot I can do about it. So anyways, here we go. Not a lot to do in the pregame. The one thing I want to say, and we'll continue to talk about this during the broadcast, is that I'm telling you right now, I'm ready for Orlando Arcia to either be DFA'd or traded. And the reason why, he's batting .083 right now, and there's no excuse for that, considering the fact that most of his at-bats have come against chumps. And he's no longer a Major League Baseball starter at shortstop, not for a title contender. So what I'm saying is, in the grand scheme of things, is that I would like to see the Braves do something smart, like go ahead and trade him or DFA him. And I don't really care which one. If you trade him, I'm thinking you might be able to get some kind of an arm, maybe a bullpen piece, maybe like a long relief type guy. I don't really care at this point. I'm tired of seeing Orlando Arcia in the lineup, and I'm not going to stop that until he just becomes scorching hot. But he's slow on the base paths. He's got a terrible bat. He doesn't give us good at bats. And he's just hot garbage. He's been hot garbage since the middle of 2023. Everybody thinks he had a good year in 2023. He didn't. He had a good first half of the year. And so he was obviously awful in 2024. And here we are in 25. He's batting .083. Give me a Nick Allen. Give me an Eli White. Let them platoon, figure out who the best is of that bunch. And I'll totally be fine with that. I will totally be fine with that. And that's all I got to say on the pregame. I'm just over it. I'm just over it. You can't run certain things on FF Hellion. Try to keep up. So at the end of the day, You are talking about getting rid of a piece of a problem, not a piece of a puzzle. And I'm not gonna get off. I will die on this hill. Orlando Arcia doesn't run well. He doesn't even hustle. He's a good glove. Don't get me wrong on that. But that's it. That's all he brings is a good glove. And I'm sorry, a good glove. Nick Allen's a good glove. Nick Allen and Eli White have more range. Orlando Arcia has a better arm. I get that. But I'm okay to deal with some of the ineptitude on the defense as long as it gives us better base running and better offense. All right, we're going to get ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. We'll be back in a flash. Hopefully this works.
Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This engine play-by-play. And your seat right bang behind home plate. So, let's see what's going on the docket. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like spring. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our fans here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is the Grapefruit League down in Florida. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing shortstop for the Boston Red Sox, Hamilton, batting .250 on the spring with 2 home runs and 6 RBI. Vaughn Grissom, batting second, playing second, batting .188 on the year and 3 RBI. Anthony is in center field and batting third, .273, on the year with a home run and 8 RBI. Narvaez is batting designated hitter and the cleanup spot at a 217 clip. Meyer is at third, batting fifth, batting 360 on the spring. Gonzalez batting sixth and playing first, 292 with 3 RBI. Sogard is batting seventh and in left. He's got 2 home runs, 6 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting 256. And Thompson is in the 8th spot and playing right field. He has 6 home runs, 13 RBI, and a 333 average here in spring training. Sable is behind home plate and batting 9th, 4 for 16 on the spring with 1 RBI. Shane Drohan is the starting pitcher, a southpaw for the Red Sox. He's pitched just 2 innings this spring. Expect him in more of an opener role as opposed to a starting role today. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves for the first time in a long time, it's Spencer Strider. Spencer Strider will be backed up, leading off in the bottom of the first inning by Ozzie Albies. He's got a 4 for 27 on the spring and batting just 148. Batting second, playing third, Austin Riley. 1 home run, 2 RBI, 310 average, and it appears that his wrist is fine after being hit by a pitch and pulled from the game on Friday. Matt Olson batting third, playing first. 2 home runs, 5 RBI, a 200 average. By Marcell Ozuna is the designated hitter. He's 7 for 30 on the spring, 2 home runs and 6 RBI. Michael Harris II will be patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. He has 3 RBI and 4 RBI and a 258 average. Brian De La Cruz is in right field, 3 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting 323. Drake Baldwin batting 7th and behind home plate, batting 370 on the year with 3 RBI. And Orlando Arcia batting way too high at the number 8 spot. He's 2 for 24 on the year. The RBI that he has came on a fielder's choice. Jared Kelenic batting 9th and in left field, batting 138 with 2 home runs and 2 RBI. Our pick to click today, we'll go ahead and go with, man, it's tempting to grab someone who needs to get off the mat, but I'm going to go with some low-hanging fruit. With the lefty on the mound and right-handed bat, give me Marcell Ozuna. Give me the big zoo to click. And Spencer Strider, we're just excited to see him throw. Hopefully he has a good day. We're getting set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. We'll be back in a flash. Hey, Braves Country, Mac Magee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA. Hey, Braves Country, Mac Magee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country. Mac Magee here for American Rebel. All right, Braves Country. Hope y'all are ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. As we are just about set, Braves are heading to the field with their classic spring training uniforms, white pants, blue top, Atlanta across the chest, tomahawk, down beneath the word Atlanta, all outlined in white. Numerals in red, outlined in white, the names on the back in white. We're wearing our St. Patrick's Day ball caps. It's a green cap with the dark green A outlined in white. And Spencer Strider is warming up. He's doing his final warm-up tosses. As the right-hander, I'm expecting 1 inning, maybe 2, depending on how fast the first inning goes. Don't get overly expected. Now, we're going up against the JV squad of the Boston Red Sox. They are in a split scrimmage today, so they are hosting a game in Fenway, as they should, being basically the resident Irish baseball team. So they sent over their JV squad. We have our starters in today. This is pretty close what it would look like on opening day. Chris Sale, if you missed it, has been named the opening day starter for your Atlanta Braves. And Drake Baldwin gets the final warm-up toss, excuse me. We're just about set. So I'm going to bring here we go. Spencer Strider. You got to figure he's probably going to be working on a couple of pitches. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. The first pitch on the way is a fastball, down and away, dragged over to the right side of the infield. Ozzie Albies has it, flips over to first, and it's a 4-3 put out. 1 away. 1 down. 1 pitch, 1 out. You can't ask for a better start than that for Spencer Strider. Coming back from, we'll just call it Tommy John surgery. He didn't actually have Tommy John. As opposed to a tendon taken from his thigh and put into his arm, they put a brace there instead. First pitch on the way, fastball, righty-righty matchup, right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Right there for a strike, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Strider comes set, brings it, swing and a miss, strike 3. Spencer Strider with the wipeout slider, 2 away. 2 down. Nasty pitch. I feel like I'm sitting on eggshells. I'm so worried about him throwing the ball. I know he's ready to, but after not seeing him for a year, first pitch to Anthony, the left-handed back, takes a bender, about belt high for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Spencer Strider, 5 pitches in. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Looked like the changeup off the edge. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves nothing. Red Sox nothing. Got a lot of spring training games going here today on a happy St. Patrick's Day. The 0-2. Fastball. Caught! Looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. 1, 2, 3. Strider is in full stride here in Braves country.
I'm going to let you guys do what you guys got to do. Don't worry about me. I'm just going to go home, make a little macaroni and cheese, seal the window, and turn on the gas.
Bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing. Yeah, man, I gotta get my money. I'm not playing unless I get mine.
Armchair.
Yeah, my mama got into it last night. But anyway, so she said, go stay with your auntie then since you like her so much. So anyway, but that's another story. I tell you about
how old is your mama?
46.
How old are you?
31. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, shout
Right.
My auntie, what? And my grandma 56. Look, shout it.
How's your great grandmama?
62. Look, shout it. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Your great grandma still living.
Yeah, she's 79. Look, shout it. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Look, we don't know what the world is going to be like in 50 years. We could all have been wiped out from disease or the flu.
So what's your suggestion?
I don't know. I'm just scared.
We were playing ball between the lines near Alexandria, Texas, when suddenly there came a scattering fire of which the three outfielders caught the brunt. The center field was hit and was captured. The left and right field managed to get back into our lines. The rebel attack was repelled without serious difficulty, but we had lost not only our center field, but the only baseball in Alexandria, Texas.
Pull up a chair. Your home. Braves Country Radio. The classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Lefty-righty matchup to start us off. The southpaw, Drohan, fires one right down the pipe off the edge for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Nice bender. Outer edge. So Ozzie Albies will start off 0-2. The wind is whipping 22 miles an hour across the field today. The 0-2 from Drohan. Swing. Rips it back, fouled, 98 miles an hour. Wow. We have not seen this kid before. He came from the White Sox organization. The 0-2 swung on and lifted into right field. Just coming over and making the catch on the run is Thompson. One down. One down. Austin Riley digs in first pitch. Slider down and in for a strike on a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Left-hander kicks and fires. Swing lifted into center field. That's an atom ball right at the center fielder out there. Anthony will come over, make the catch. Hard hit ball, but right on the screws and right at the center fielder. 2 down. 2 down. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley. Smoked down the right field line, but just foul. If it's fair, it would have been trouble for the Red Sox. Might have even skipped through the defense. That ball was smoked. They're getting some good swings on this Drohan. He's a double-A guy. That's the highest as he's gone. Just had 2 innings this spring. The 0-1, down and in, 1-1. They do have high hopes for him in their bullpen. Possibly, maybe even stretch him out. The 1-1 swung on and chopped foul off of Olson's shoe, 1-2. Braves nothing. Red Sox nothing. Bottom of the first, the 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. That was a P at the knees, 98 miles an hour. Wow. And Olson just shakes his head. We'll be back in a flash. Spencer's stride today here on St. Patty's Day.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol. Look, they got screwdrivers.
Oh, no, just orange juice.
Just orange juice, like the mixer?
Yeah. People drink it. Yeah.
It's crazy. When was the last time you drank straight mixer?
Oh, I had a Diet Cola mixer a while ago.
Oh, did you? Was it any good?
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
By the end of the Civil War, baseball was the national pastime, north and south, west as well as east. Soldiers took the game home with them, and it grew.
It's our game. That's the chief fact in connection with it. America's game has the snap, go, fling of the American atmosphere. It belongs as much to our institutions, fits into them as significantly as our Constitution's laws, is just as important in the sum total of our historic life. Walt Whitman.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss by Narvaez. Fastball by Strider, his 8th of the day. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swung on, foul back. 0-2. So an 0-2 count for those country club members. You will notice if you refresh your page that we got something new in there. I did it during the break. It should be popping up. 0-2 down and away, 1-2. Little Strider emoji. We'll probably update that going down the road, but I had to do it on the fly. So a 1-2 from Strider. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with that slider. Strider. 1 away. Nasty pitch. Really looks more like that slurve that he was working on in the offseason, but it just sounds better to say the slider from Strider. Where's Brian Jordan when you need him? First pitch on the way. Fastball right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 0-0 your score. Top of the second inning. The 0-1. Fastball right down the pipe. It's 0-2. If you haven't already said hi in the chat, please do so. We're going to do roll call here in a second. We had some technical issues with the applications we used this morning. Also a bit of a rough morning. We'll talk about that in a minute. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. So 1-2 count. The pitch on the way from Strider. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew it on the freaking knees. A bender. Oh, my God, does he look good today. 2 down. 2 down. Man, oh, man alive, was that a pretty pitch. First pitch on the way from Strider is a bender down and away. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it back. Foul. Braves 0. Red Sox 0. Top of the second inning, 2 outs. Spencer Strider, if you're just joining us, has already struck out 4 of the first 5 batters. The 1-1, swing and a miss, fastball up top, 1-2. I doubt that he pitches past the second inning. They might take him to the third. He's still not being projected to pitch in a real game until sometime late April. The 1-2, fastball caught, looking strike 3. That was his last pitch. Wow, a nickel worth of strikeouts in just 6 attempts. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Hey, Braves Country, Mac Magee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
Good afternoon, Braves Country. Good to see you, Gary the Real McCoy. Jordan, good to see you. Welcome in. Hellion. I'm going to have to go up from the top. This thing's going backwards on me. All right. Hellion, good to see you. Robert, good to see you. David S. Hellion, John. Who else do we have here? Might be Kenneth. Gary the Real McCoy. Nicole telling people the game's on channel 33. That's a universal thing. You got to love technology. Nate, good to see you. Trad. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna's right there. First strike. It's 0-1. Braden. Jillian. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Ozuna with kind of a funny fall through there. He appears to be all right. So no 2 count. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses high, 1-2. This kid can bring it. This Drohan. Unicorn, good to see you. I think we already said hello to Jordan, but hello once again. The 1-2 in the dirt, kicks away. Someone was asking about his velo. He's up there in the upper 90s. I'm sure they're telling him not to go all out. Last thing they want to do is have him have any kind of a setback. Looks like Ian Anderson is going to the bullpen, so he may be coming in for Spencer Strider in the near future, or this could be him just getting work. The 2-2 swung on, ripped over to short. Nasty hop. Good play by the shortstop over there, Hamilton. He'll flip it over to first. 6-3 put out, 1 down. That thing had a funny hop. It was an in-between hop. About ate him up. He just stuck the glove out there and hoped for the best, and he won. One down. Michael Harris the second to the plate. Lefty. First pitch on the way. It's right there for a strike. They call it a ball. Look like one up top. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Drohan brings it. That one did grab the zone. 1-1. Toronto and Philly are scoreless. They're just getting going. St. Louis and Washington scoreless at the end of 1. The 1-1 swing rips it right back foul. 88-mile-an-hour changeup on the outer plate. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Drohan. Swing. Just a touch late on that cutter. 1-2. The 1-2 brings it. Just misses off the plate. 2-2. Standing on deck is Brian De La Cruz. He's been red hot this spring. Baldwin is in the hole. If we can keep it going, the 2-2 swung on, chopped over towards first. That is going to dribble through the infield. That's going to get through for our first base hit of the day. And Michael Harris the second, bringing it with a hard chopper between first and second base. We got 1 on, 1 out. I'd be remiss if I said we weren't doing this game with heavy hearts today. We lost a great one in Braves country, and a tip of the cap to Gray. Those of y'all have been following the channel, you know what I'm talking about. Good man that is the first pitch on the way up and in for a ball. It's 1-0. One of the last things that he asked about is, as far as regards that I was told, is he wanted to know where he could see an old World Series game. The 1-0 to De La Cruz. Fastball right down the pipe. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. He was a sports fan. He wasn't a psychotic sports fan like I am and a lot of y'all are, but he did like his sports. And for whatever reason, he wanted to see a World Series game one more time. The 1-1. Swing and a miss right down the pipe. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Drohan. 24 pitches in, so it looks like they're trying to get a little bit out of him. He's only pitched 2 innings this spring. He's got good stuff, but what I read on the scouting report, he's probably more likely to be something towards the future as the 1-2 down and in 2-2. And they may be trying to stretch him out to be a starter, but it's kind of up in the air right now. 1 on, 1 out. The 2-2 to De La Cruz. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it over to short. Deep in the hole. It's going to be a tough play. De La Cruz busting down the line. He does beat it out. The Red Sox will get the force play at second. So score at 6-4 in your scorecard. De La Cruz beat that out by about a stride or so. If you're just joining us, Spencer Strider is back. So what I just told you there is a very good possibility that Saturday broadcast will not happen this week because the arrangements are being made, and there's a good chance that I won't be available. I'm leaving the card up just in case, but as of right now, I'm not expecting. The first pitch to Baldwin is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. I'm not expecting our spring training game on Saturday to be broadcasted because of going to the family funeral. The 0-1, swung on, lifted. High into center field, drifting back, going over, making the catch is Anthony, and that'll end the inning. If the Braves get one on but can't do much with it, we'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. We'll see if Spencer Strider gives us one more go-around.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I will just show you to your cubicle.
I can't. I bet it's a big one.
The temp agency said that you are fluent with QuickBooks Pro, correct?
Oh, right. Yeah, we should cover that. You see, my resume might not actually be accurate, right? So I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't know what QuickBooks are.
You don't have any accounting experience?
No. Come on. But you don't have to be an accountant to know that this girl is a 10. Yo, what up? You come here often?
To my job?
Ooh, she mouth on her also. Shut it.
Is this the new temp who's supposed to help me with the spreadsheets?
I want to talk about spreading the sheets. We can go back to my place, and I will rock your...
You're fired.
That makes sense. So I just go out the same way I came in?
We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop, baby. All throughout Braves country. Pump that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won
please tell me, at what age do men start scream sneezing?
1868. Somehow or other, they don't play ball nowadays as they used to some 8 or 10 years ago. I don't mean to say that they don't play it as well, but I mean that they don't play with the same kind of feelings or for the same objects they used to. It appears to me that ball matches have come to be controlled by different parties and for different purposes than those that prevailed in 1858 or 1859.
Welcome back, y'all. Thanks for the kind words, everybody. Thank y'all for being here today. Honestly, this is good to get our minds off of some things. Spencer Strider is going to go back out there. I wasn't sure if he would go 2 or 3 today. He's only thrown 18 pitches, so I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. Strider comes set, kicks and fires. Fastball right there for a strike. 93 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Also, something you have to take into consideration with the velo today. Not only are they going to tell him to take it easy, but also that wind is really whipping. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. So 1-1 count. If you're just joining us, Spencer Strider, 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. The 1-1 swung on, chopped foul. 1-2. Now, the caveat is that we are going against their JV squad of the Boston Red Sox. Their starters are at home facing, I believe it's Baltimore today. But anyways, they are hosting their own St. Patrick's Day event. The 1-2 swing, chops it off the instep. Do it again, 1-2. But nonetheless, it is very impressive. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. Top of the third, the pitch, swing, lifts it down the left field line. The wind is going to push that into foul territory. Here comes the rake. Austin Riley makes the running catch. How about that? Went away. I've never been so happy to see the Bowman on X the other night give the good news that not only was Riley okay in swinging the bat, but that he said he felt great. We still haven't seen Jurickson Profar. That makes you a little nervous come opening day, but we'll spell him early part of the year if we have to. You just don't want that to be a prolonged injury. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Man, I hope old Ronald Acuna Jr. looks half as good as Spencer Strider looks so far. Trace Thompson batting .333 this spring. 6 home runs, 1456 OPS. I mean, that's pretty much MVP stuff right there, isn't it? If you're wondering, is the 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Spencer Strider now with an unbelievable 6 strikeouts through 2 2/3. 2 2/3, excuse me. So he struck out everybody but 2. Looks like Snicker's going to go get him. He hit the 27 pitch mark. I guess they were shooting for around 25. And Spencer Strider, he's got a smile, but he's like, man, I want to keep going. We'll be back in a flash. He tips the cap, and the Braves give him a standing ovation, as they should. We'll be back in a flash. Cooler Day Park. See who's coming in. Ian Anderson was warming up.
We can't Ruby Dern your frazzle dazzle.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
We're doing random drug testing today. The only one I won't try is crack. What?
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Hell no! No!
No.
Yes.
That
depends on what kind of pizza. If it's pineapple and ham, that's good. But if you're just like trying to throw some pineapple on like a Supreme or something, then you need Jesus.
Or how about this? No.
Pineapple does go really well on pizza, and that was amazing. That changed the game. That stuff was awesome. I'm gonna go get some next. I'm gonna go back to Pensacola.
You go to Florida too damn much.
It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience. Not you.
Armchair.
What must be the contempt for those who would degrade our great national game and make it a business? When such becomes the case, farewell to baseball. The excitement which is at present attendant on these contests will cease. Then the game itself will gradually but surely die out. Philadelphia City item.
Rob Griswold is the pitcher, right-hander. Submarine, almost submarine, 3/4 delivery. Fires a strike right there for across the plate. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Sable the batter. The 0-1. Just misses high and outside. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Misses high, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, pops it up. High behind home plate, giving Chase's Baldwin. But it'll bend into the crowd, 2-2. Two down here in the third inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Griswold comes on and gets the strikeout. Add a little National Lampoon ending to the third inning. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I was going to Columbia, for Christ's sakes. Wants to be some kind of a professional woman, like you.
A psychiatrist?
And I have to listen to guys like me whine all day.
Here's payoff pitch and swing on and miss. Strike three. Yeah, we're 1 out away, Braves Country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over to first. Baby, sound the trumpets! Do the chop through the streets! Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the 2021 World Series! Oh, baby! We have not been into the World Series in 22 years. But come Tuesday night in Houston, we'll have first pitch. Go dance in the streets, baby!
Have you ever protested anything?
Sure, every time I get thrown out of the pub.
By the end of the Civil War, baseball was the national pastime, North and South, West as well as East. Soldiers took the game home with them, and it grew.
It's our game. That's the chief fact in connection with it. America's game has the snap, go, fling of the American atmosphere. It belongs as much to our institutions, fits into them as significantly as our Constitution's laws, is just as important in the sum total of our historic life. Walt Whitman.
Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back. Orlando Arcia leads us off. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Center fielder for the Red Sox, if you're not aware of it, Trace Thompson. He is the son of former NBA player Michael Thompson and the younger brother of current NBA player Klay Thompson. The 1-0. Chopped over to third. It'll be an easy 5-3 put out as Arcia jogs down the line and is an easy out once again. One away. 2 for 25 on the spring now for Arcia. We'll be saying that to him when we DFA him. Arcia later. Jared Kelnick, Kid Kelnick comes to the plate. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup. Swing and a strike, it's on 1. The 0-1. Beautiful day here on a St. Patrick's Day. The ball is flipped up there to the plate, and it'll get slapped into left field. That's down where the green grass grows. Here comes Kid Kelnick. He is going to be out. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He got tagged across the face, slapped across the face. 2 down. It's kind of a aggressive tag by Vaughn Grissom, ex-Atlanta Brave. He's helping him up, making sure he's okay. He went in on a head-first slide. Got a little too greedy there. It was a great throw by the left fielder, Sogard. He put that right on the money. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. Down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Ozzie 0 for 1 on the day. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Or 1-0, excuse me, kicks and fires. Swung on, and that's going to be a lazy fly ball. That's about a 5-pitch inning. Doesn't get much easier than that. Drohan's cruising. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Braves and Red Sox scoreless.
Are you high?
Am I what?
High.
Hello?
Here is 10 signs that you were raised by an Irish person. Number 1, you have a very colourful vocabulary. Every now and again, you'll throw in an owl, this and that, but that's okay. Number 2, you have a very staple diet that kind of consists of a lot of potatoes. Number 3, you have a belief that flat 7-Up in the microwave heated can cure any illness, any at all. Number 4, St. Patrick's Day is a big deal and you'll be dragged down to the parade for the crack. Number 5, never worry about anything because there's always someone to light a candle for you. Number 6, they always have your back, especially in front of other people. But when you are home, you're in for it. Number 7, tea is the solution to all problems. Broke up with your boyfriend, cup of tea. Failed your exams, cup of tea. Number 8, there is only one type of crisp. End of. Number 9, the wooden spoon. Say no more. And number 10, the obsession with the heat. Is that heat been on? All day.
Armchair. Does this shade of red make me look like a clown?
No. It makes you look like a prostitute who caters exclusively to clowns.
I got some advice. Everybody just shut up. Just mind your business and do you. And shut up. That's it. The world will be better. Shut up!
Look, will happily pay 75 cents to $1.50 to go to the theater. And numbers prefer baseball to theatricals. We must make the games worth witnessing, and there will be no fault found with the price. A good game is worth 50 cents. A poor one is dear at 25. Harry Wright.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back, Braves Country. See some others joining in the chat. Good to see you, Heather. First pitch on the way, and it is Ian Anderson. Pitch up top for a ball. It's 1-0. This is an added treat. We weren't 100% sure if Anderson was going to throw today. It was rumored 1-0. Fouled back. It's 1-1. Spencer Strider, if you're just joining us, he looked marvelous. 2 2/3 and 6 strikeouts, 27 pitches to strike out 6. 1-1 misses high, 2-1. 2-1 count. Swing, that ball's ripped foul down the first base side. Evens it up at 2-2. I think this is the first time I've seen the Braves on the FanDuel, which is taking over for Bally's. It looks very similar, so I'm glad to see that. I did like Bally's TV print and what they call the score bug. Gray TV is terrible. The payoff pitch, swung on, chopper back to the mound. Anderson has it, flips it over to Olsen. 1-3 in your scorecard to get us going here in the fourth. One down, and that'll bring the number 2 hitter, Vaughn Grissom. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Vaughn. He's out there on the outer edge. 1-0. The 1-0. Misses high. Ball 2, 2-0. So 2-0 count. Comes set, kicks and fires. Fastball misses high, 3-0. This has been his biggest problem the entire spring. Anderson and his control problems. The 3-0. Just outside ball 4. And though that pitch was fairly close, and you would have liked to have had it, it was a touch off the zone. But if you're in the neighborhood, you're going to get those calls. Anthony, left-handed bat, digs in. First pitch on the way to Anthony, who struck out his first time up. Almost everybody struck out their first time up against Spencer Strider. Pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on and sliced down the line foul. 0-2. Yesterday, it was Grant Holmes on the bump, and that's expected to be the 4-5 Grant Holmes and then Ian Anderson. Just if you look at the way that they've pitched this spring and the way they're setting it up. The 0-2, fastball misses high, 1-2. So though you may not have a lot of pressure on you as the number 5 starter for the Braves, then you look at the Braves' schedule and you realize that his first start will be in Dodger Stadium. Ian Anderson and Grant Holmes, if they lay it out that way, which I don't see why they wouldn't. So a 1-2 count. Oh, I'm sorry. Grant Holmes would be in San Diego because it's a 4-game series. Ian Anderson would be. As the 1-2 pitch is off the plate, try to get him to chase the change. 2-2. Ian Anderson's always been this, though. I'm not as concerned as I would be if it was a brand new pitcher we'd never seen. He does not give in, and he's willing to walk as opposed to just give up a base hit. Kind of reminds me of Tom Glavine in that way. The 2-2 swung on, pops it up, high into left field, fighting the wind, making the diving and stumbling catch is Kelnick. That wind is doing some tricks out there. Good play by Kid Kelnick. 2 down. Two down. Runner on first, Narvaez, the batter. First pitch is a bender inside. Now that one looked like it hit the zone, but when you're all over the place, you're just not going to get those calls. It's 1-0. 1-0. Brings it in the dirt, bounces away. Good block by Baldwin, kept the runner at first. 2-0. Grant Holmes, by the way, if you're wondering how he fared, he struck out only 3, but he went 5 1/3, gave up 2 earned runs, 6 hits allowed, walked 2. It's not a great outing, but not terrible either. The 2-0 swung on and popped back foul, 2-1. And he was going up against their starters. He went up against Bichette and Guerrero and Santander, who they signed from the Orioles in the offseason. George Springer was in the lineup, Varsho. I watched a good bit of that game yesterday. The 2-1. Fastball misses high, 3-1. Finally got to see the Braves win a ABS challenge. I'll tell you what, it was a close pitch too. And they showed it on the screen. Just shows you how technical they are with that ABS. Because only half the ball hit the strike zone, and they upheld the challenge for Grant Holmes. 3-1, swing and a miss, 3-2. So a 3-2 count. Good to see you, Gadget. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. Spencer Strider struck out 6 today in 2 2/3. The payoff pitch. Fastball misses high, ball 4. So Ian Anderson has walked 2 in this inning. He's yet to give up a base hit, and this is kind of par for the course what he's done in the spring. It's not something that's going to have Kranitz and Snicker fall in love with them all over again. But one key that has been pretty persistent with him in the spring, he hasn't given up a lot of runs. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. Bender down and into Meyer, the number 5 hitter. Righty-lefty matchup, it's 0-1. And if you remember, before he ever went on the IL, even in his season where I felt like he was our best starting pitcher in the World Series year, as the 0-1 misses 1-1. Max Fried's always remembered for that Game 6 victory, but it was Ian Anderson that really carried the freight the entire playoffs. The 1-1 swung on, chopped foul, just got a piece of it, 1-2. But he did this a lot even before the injury. At that point he was always using a 12-6 curve, and it wasn't a big curve, but it was a sharp bending curve, and it was constantly banging right there on the plate and missing the zone. The 1-2. God, looking strike 3. Now that was a pretty pitch. It's the consistency that we're worried about. We'll be back in a flash. Braves will grab the bats here on St. Patty's Day.
Why do boomers get up an hour early just to sit there at the table and drink coffee?
Because we don't want to listen to your bull crap. It takes the cup of coffee to listen to your stuff.
All right, tell your joke.
Why are you singing so funny?
Why?
Because
Steak sauce or no steak sauce? All right. Okay. First of all, if you got a steak that's good enough, then you're not going to need no steak sauce. But if you're eating a steak that's like charcoal, then you're going to end up with some kind of steak. If you don't shut up, I'm talking. That girl looked like a grown up Oompa Loompa.
I prefer Minion, but okay.
She had the body type of a Minion. Unibody.
Yeah, like everybody asked me, like, so what's your type? And I'm like, I've been all over the board at this point.
He really has. I'm impressed with like 1 or 2 of them that he brings home, and then the next one I'm like, what happened? That one that you brought on that had like 4 chins.
Lower the expectations. Like
you can't get no lower. You can't get no lower.
Armchair.
Let me tell you something. If the U.S. government decides to stick a tracking device up your ass, you say thank you. And God bless America.
Harry Wright eats baseball, breathes baseball, thinks baseball, dreams baseball, and incorporates baseball in his prayers. Cincinnati Enquirer.
Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Braves Country Radio. Pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball here on Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. The first pitch on the way to Austin Riley misses the zone. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Drohan is back out there to pitch, by the way. Swung on, ripped over towards third base side, but foul up against the Tarps. 1-1. That wind is absolutely ripping towards almost dead right field, a little right center. 1-1. Fastball misses high, 2-1. I checked it at the break, and it's around 23, 24 miles an hour. It is bending the palm trees today. 1-1 from Drohan. Swing. Pounds it foul into the third base dugout. We'll do it again. Marlins lead the Mets 2-1, bottom of the third. Opening day next Thursday. Remember, this year we're going to have every single game, pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves that we can bring to you. The 2-2 misses outside 3-2. The goal is all 162 this year. 3-2 down and in. Ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Austin Riley with the leadoff walk. Of course, we bring all the postseason games to you as well. Matt Olson stands in. First pitch on the way. 94, blew it right by him. It's 0-1. The 0-1. See a couple of questions about Strider. He struck out 6 in 2 2/3. 27 pitches. He was damn impressive. The 0-1. Swung on, pops it up. That's going to get into the wind. Where will it go? Should bend into the crowd. It does with that wind pushing it foul. It's 0-2. He was on a pitch count. We're not expecting Spencer Strider to be with the big club until late April at the earliest. The 0-2. Bender down and away. Olsen spits on it, 1-2. And he was going up against what's essentially the Red Sox AA, AAA team. But nonetheless, he was dominant. The 1-2 to Olsen. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. They're saying that was 91 there. That was a hot and heavy 91 if it was 91. I think the radar's not radaring right there. That ball exploded on Olsen. One down, one on. That'll bring the big Zoo to the plate. Marcell Ozuna, he's 0 for 1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Up top for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Drohan brings it. Fastball misses outside, 1-1. I know some of this is them never seeing him before, but this kid's been impressive so far. The 1-1 count. Shane Drohan from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The 1-1. Inside, the ball is fisted foul towards the first base dugout, 1-2. He was drafted by the Red Sox in the 5th round out of Florida State University. And if you remember, that was the year that they only had 5 rounds. So when you drafted a guy, you thought highly of him. You weren't just taking a stab in the dark. He's been with the Red Sox ever since. 1-2. Fastball. Fists it back. We'll do it again. I do remember him. I know a lot of y'all know that I watch college baseball. I do remember him, but it's been so long you kind of forget how good a kid can be. And he was really drafted on potential. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball's fouled back. We'll do it again. I'll trade Arcia for him right now. 1-2 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Ozuna had to skip out of the way out of that one. It was an off-speed pitch that went towards his shoes. Braves wearing their spring training gear, the dark blue uniforms with the red writing outlined in white, top to bottom. Atlanta across the chest. Tomahawk underneath Atlanta. Pitch on the way, swung on and chopped over towards short. It's going to be a 6. 4-3 inning-ending double play. They're doing all kinds of screwy things on the screen, messing with the outs and the strikes. We'll try to stick with them. FanDuel is going to be interesting this year. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Every time I see a homeless person, they got a dog. Y'all investing in the wrong roof.
What's the worst UK accent?
Probably Birmingham.
Okay. Everyone says Scouse.
No, I like a Scouse accent, but Birmingham.
Where are you from?
Newcastle.
Everyone's favourite.
Up the twos.
I got lost in the game. I mean, the ballpark, the people, the color, the sounds, smells. And it's a passion. It's a very, very big part of my life. Sometimes I like to be 11 years old. I like being part of something that's bigger than me. It's good for your soul to invest in something you can't control.
You're a romantic. You have a lyrical soul. You can love under the best and worst conditions.
What a big at bat by Lieutenant Dan. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Jorge Soler, and it is swung on and roasted into left field. Ramalama ding dong, zip boom bam, over the bullpen wall. It's 3-2. Your Atlanta Braves. That ball was crushed like an in. Absolute jackpot, baby. 3-2. Atlanta leads the game, and the place is going bananas. I hope y'all are dancing in your living room or wherever you're at. Atlanta back-to-back solo jacks. We've got a 1-run lead. Look out. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Ian Anderson back to work. Good to see you, Keith. First pitch on the way. It's up top for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Ian Anderson versus Gonzalez, the 6-7-8 hitters here for the Red Sox. As we start the inning, the 1-0 down and away, 2-0. 2-0 count. Ian Anderson walked 2 in the first inning. Did not give up a hit, the 2-0. That ball was right there for a strike, but I don't think Baldwin got the call because he dropped the pitch. 3-0. So 3-0 count. That's the one thing. If Ian Anderson doesn't make the squad, that would be it, is because of his walks. The 3-0 right down the pipe, 3-1. That came in at 92 miles an hour. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Full count to Gonzalez. He's 0 for 1 on the day. The pitch swung on, and that ball's chopped over to short. Arcia's got it, flips it over to Olsen. 6-3 on your scorecard. 1 down. 1 down, and that'll bring Sogard to the plate. Thompson on deck. Thompson, I mean, he is red hot. I can't believe they have him hitting 8th. Trace Thompson, the kid we were talking about earlier, whose dad played in the NBA and his brother plays in the NBA. First pitch on the way. It's up top for a strike. It's 0-1. I say kid, but he's been in the league for quite some time, so he's well past that stage, the 0-1. That ball's going to get dribbled down the third base line just fair. That should be extra bases. Kelnick's going to turn and fire it to second. He'll make that closer than it should have been, but it's a 1-out double for the Red Sox. Thompson coming to the plate. It's not how hard you hit the ball, it's where you hit the ball. He just dribbled that over the bag. He kicked into foul territory, but it went over the bag fair. 1 on, 1 out. Runner at second. Thompson, the batter. First pitch. Swing. That ball slammed into left field. Coming over, fighting the wind. making the catch. That was a hard hit ball right at Kelnick. 2 down. Talking about Trace Thompson a second ago, the batter, he's 34 years old. I remember when he first came up, it seemed like it was yesterday. Played for the Dodgers for quite some time. And then he's bounced around. He's played for the White Sox. He's played for the A's. Bouncing back and forth with the White Sox, Dodgers, A's, and Padres. He had 4 different stints where he was with the Dodgers. First pitch on the way to Sable. He's outside for a ball. It's 1-0. He was not on last year's team, so he didn't get a ring. And he didn't even get the bubble ring in 2020. He was out of the game. I believe he elected not to play is what that was because of the pandemic. Memory serves. The 2-0. Fastball right down the pipe, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Sable, the number 9 hitter. Runner at second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That ball's going to get ripped over to second. Good play by Ozzie. Got it at his shoe tops, flips it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So they get a hit, but can't get him through. We'll grab the bats and try to crack on the board when we come back.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
I woke up this morning and I felt like absolute garbage. For anybody who wants to know what garbage is, that means French for trash.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. It's a tough time for any kid, and especially now as he stands naked under the world out there in right field, and they taunt him and they chant his name.
He takes his cap off and reacts to it. It's just been a tough time.
I tell you, it's a tough business.
You guys are all just like really misogynistic.
How do you define misogyny?
I don't know. I don't like this.
I'm just asking how you define misogyny. Are you okay? Like, do you want to go as in leave? Is it because I asked how you define misogyny? Is that the?
No, I'd like to go home if that's allowed.
Because I asked about how you define misogyny.
Armchair.
Harry Wright, a former center fielder for the Knickerbocker Baseball Club, believed there were big profits to be made in baseball. And in 1869, he assembled the very first professional team, Cincinnati Red Stockings. Only one of Wright's Red Stockings actually came from Cincinnati. Most were young New Yorkers, 19 or 20 years old. Wright drilled them in the fundamentals, insisted they be silent and businesslike on the field, and dressed them in knickers to boost their running speed.
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio, Braves Country Baseball. Red Sox in Atlanta Braves. 0-0, bottom of the 5th we go. Michael Harris II will take the first pitch outside from Adam Ottavino, ex-Med, ex-Yankee. It's 1-0. Ottavino is the man that famously said he would strike out Babe Ruth in 3 pitches as he became a Yankee. That's the 1-0 right there at the knees. 1-1. You can imagine. Oh, man, he called that a ball. Wow. All right. Obviously, the ABS system's not in play here. You can imagine that went over as well as expected with Yankee fans. The 2-0. Fastball swinging. That ball's going to get ripped into right field, down for a base hit, and your Atlanta Braves have 1 on, 1 out. Michael Harris II gets things rolling here. Maybe get someone on the board. Says he could strike out Babe Ruth in 3 swings, but not Michael Harris. Ryan De La Cruz, the batter. First pitch on the way. Inside, spins him around. It's 1-0. Give you some context for that, for what he said. Now, he's been a pretty good pitcher over his career. He's got a career 3.49 ERA. But with that being said, the year that he said that is the 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. He ended up finishing the season with a 5.89 ERA. The Yankee fans like, what the hell? Almost 6 runs per 9. He's talking about striking out one of the greats. The 2-0 to De La Cruz. Fastball right there at the knees. Might have been his cutter, 2-1. Braves nothing, Sox nothing. Bottom of the 5th on a St. Patrick's Day. Both teams wearing their dark green, Kelly green ball caps. The 2-1 runner goes high throw. Well high. That ball almost made it to center field. That's going to be a stolen base for Michael Harris. He took off like a bat out of hell, and that ball almost went into the outfield. I just noticed Harris, I don't know if he intentionally took the helmet off so everyone could see. He's got a bandana with the 3 or 4 leaf clover on it. The 3-1 inside ball force to De La Cruz. Will cruise on down to first, and your Atlanta Braves have runners on first and second. Nobody out. Keith, I think you would like that bandana because it looked like Miami colors. It was orange with a green clover. First pitch on the way is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Drake Baldwin, your batter. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. Got underneath that one. Can of corn in the infield. Coming over, making the catch is Meyer, just past the third base side. One away. So that'll set it up where a double play can get the Red Sox out of trouble. And coming to the plate is Orlando Arcia. Wind is still bending those palm trees out there in right field. If you can get something up there in the jet stream, that thing will leave in a hurry. First and second, 1 out. First pitch to Arcia is a slider down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Johan, by the way, 4 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 2 hits allowed. Ottavina spins around. Didn't toss it to second, but he looked Harris back. That will count as one of his moves. The 1-0. Fastball right there at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Red Sox are tied with the Orioles 2-2 in their home park. Detroit 5-4, leading the Pirates in the 4th. The pitch on the way is well outside wide. Man, that almost went to the backstop, 2-1. Good play by Sable, the catcher for the Red Sox. That easily could have moved both guys up 90 feet and get the double play out of order. The 2-1. Fastball up top. Did he go around? They're going to check down the line. And didn't appear that they called a strike on him. So a 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball is sliced into right field. Coming up, making the catch. Kind of an awkward catch out there in right field. Harris had to stay where he was. It was a fairly hard hit ball. Almost leaped over Trace Thompson's glove. He had to hop and then spin and turn it towards the infield. So 2 on, 2 out, and Kid Kelnick comes to the plate. Kelnick, 1 for 1 with the single in the third. He was gunned down trying to stretch it into a double. He needs some of those base hits. He's batting just 167 on the spring. Arcia now just 077. Oof. The 1-1. Way outside wide. That ball will roll towards the backstop, but Harris will stay put because he stayed put. De La Cruz did the same. Harris probably not wanting to risk injury. I'm pretty sure if that's a regular season game, he's going to get back there. Got kind of a bad read on it, but no sense of him popping a hamstring in the 5th inning 10 days before opening day. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. There's kind of that 2 to 8 slider he's been known for in his career. The 1-1. Fastball swung on, foul back. Runners on first and second. The pitch from Ottavino. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Kelnick down on strikes, chase that one off the plate. We'll be back in a flash. 6th inning we go. 0-0 here in Cool Today Park.
Some people exercise before breakfast. I've watched a show I didn't like because the remote fell on the floor.
You can't go cheap on the TP. So I'm going to throw the honorable mention of diapers. You can go to a lesser name brand and there's a median there, store brand diapers, garbage. You will have more blowouts and cleanups than you will know what to do with.
Are you willing
It
to
is
go?
not worth saving the dollar.
Are you willing to go to cloth diapers to save money?
No.
Does anybody still
No.
do that? What a terrible idea. That
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Do they?
There are people. Yes.
That's such
and
a
they need
terrible
hug me
idea.
jackets. They have lost their mind. There's no way I would process that thing through my washing
Why would I want?
and then ever wear anything out of it again.
I mean, if someone drizzles on my shoes in the men's room, I'm throwing them out. I don't want a full-blown episode and go, well, we can reuse those. Don't throw them out. Who came up with that idea?
Armchair. Moving on, the holiday party. I put you two in charge of the dessert, and I specifically asked for an edible arrangement, like a fruit basket of sorts, not an arrangement of edibles. What went wrong here?
I delegated this to Brian, and I told him to get an edible arrangement.
Okay, that wasn't clear to me because Kate said the brownies were a big hit last year. So
Brian, Matt literally had 4 of them, and he was so relaxed that he fell asleep during our Secret Santa.
For the first time, to the shock of the baseball community, he paid each player a salary. The highest paid was Harry's brother George, the shortstop, who received a considerable sum of $1,400 a season, 7 times the average working man's wage.
Welcome back. Ian Anderson goes back to work, his 39th pitch of the day. Fastball misses high. It's 1-0. You missed it earlier today. We had a death in the family is the short of it, and we're not sure if we're going to be doing that game on Saturday. I'll know more as the week goes on. The 1-0 misses. Anderson's struggled with his control today. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Perfect changeup right there. Just pulled the string on that one. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, another one. Man, he has had that pitch today, and I don't know why he doesn't use it more. 2-2 count to Hamilton. Pitch on the way. Slider misses inside, 3-2. So if you're thinking along with the batter, he's probably going to be looking for that changeup, but he hasn't been able to touch it yet. You might as well toss it up there. Time is called, and okay. They will give the timeout to the batter. I thought maybe he was calling him for a clock violation, but he's not. The payoff pitch. Anderson comes set. Fastball just misses outside, ball 4. Nian Anderson walks another. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. Marlins lead the Mets 2-1 in the 5th. First pitch on the way is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. If you're just joining us, Spencer Strider was phenomenal. 6 strikeouts and 2 2/3. Just took him 27 pitches to do so. The 1-0 in the dirt, bounces away from Baldwin, and the runner will easily move up from first to second. David Hamilton, good speed out there. As soon as that ball kicked away, he was off to the races. The 2-0. Fastball misses high, ball 3-3-0. So Anderson's in jeopardy of walking another. One strikeout and 3 walks so far to the 3-0. Fastball right there for a strike on the inner cut. Vaughn Grissom, it's 3-1. Vaughn Grissom, ex-Atlanta Brave. He was traded in the deal that brought Chris Sale over to Atlanta, the 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4. So Ian Anderson, once again, walks another. Now he's up to 4 walks in just 2 innings pitched. This is his 3rd inning of work, but he's yet to record a strike. Yet to record an out, excuse me. Two on, nobody out. First pitch on the way is a fastball right there. Down the track to Anthony, the left-handed bat, center fielder. It's 0-1. Roman Anthony from West Palm Beach, Florida, drafted by the Red Sox in 2022. Went to high school in Parkland, Florida at Stone Douglas High School. The 0-1 right there for a strike on the outer edge. Good pitch. Nice cutter. It's 0-2. No 2 count. Pitch from Anderson. Tried to get him to bite at that changeup off the edge. 1-2. The 1-2 from Ian. Scoreless game. Top of the 6th. Pitch. Right there. Caught, looking strike 3. Got him with the slider there just above the kneecaps on the inner cut. 1 away. That was the bender that came in. It's the pitch he's been trying to get to the left-handers, but he's been missing quite a bit. Nasty pitch. If he can control that and have that changeup in that fastball, he's going to be a dangerous customer on the mound. He's got to get more consistency out of him. First pitch on the way is swung on, belted down the left field line. Plenty foul to Nevias. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Anderson turns around, flips it over to first. Second, close play. Ozzie Albies snuck in the back door and almost got the tag on Hamilton. Just beat it. Pretty good. He must have had one heck of a lead because it was a pretty pronounced move by Anderson. The 0-1 swung on, and that ball is popped up over to first. It's a broken bat. G3 in your scorecard. The ball fell before Matt Olson was able to grab it midair. As the bat shattered, the runners moved from first to second and third. The only play Olson had was to step on the base. The 2 on, 2 out. Ian trying to come out of this unscathed. First pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and slapped through the infield. That's going to score at least one run. Here comes the throw to home plate, and it's going to be up the line and nowhere near the dish, and the Red Sox take a 2-0 lead. Good piece of hitting there. Meyer just kind of laced it in between diving Austin Riley. Arcia had no play on it. They were playing him to pull. Riley was over there by his lonesome. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss by Gonzalez. It's 0-1. That's one of those that I don't think it would have mattered on the shift. Some of those shifts you get frustrated with, but if we were playing that honest, it's going to go right between the 5-6 hole. Pitch on the way from Anderson's well outside wide. Bender in the dirt. 1 on, 2 out. The 1-1 swing and a miss. 1-2. Sox 2, Braves nothing. The 1-2. Fires it towards the plate. That's slider missed well west of the plate. Evens up the count. The 2-2. Swing. Baltimore chopper over the mound, but it'll go right to Ozzie. He'll step on the pillow at second base, and that'll end it. Braves trail 6-0. We'll grab the bats when we come back, see if we can knock ourselves back into this one here in Braves country.
What was your unsupervised childhood activity that definitely should have killed you?
I used to fart in the pool and try to go underwater and sniff it.
Because he's the armchair quarterback, the All-American man.
My number 3 that I can't go cheap on, cereal.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of kinds that you can do, but if you're talking about, like, don't ever try to do the generic Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like soggy before you even pour the milk on it.
It's before you even open the bag. It's soggy. You're like, how'd that happen? It came with its own liquid.
Armchair.
I love you, Rihanna.
Oh, no, you don't love me. You don't love nobody. You love your own self. Somebody love you. And sorry. You don't tell nobody you're sorry.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Baseball has fallen. Yes, the national game has become degraded. At certain match games, large amounts of money changed hands among the spectators. A noted New York club is said to have sold the results of a match. Barked chins and broken fingers may be easily amended, but a disfigured reputation may never be entirely repaired. Once more, abandon the bat, boys, if you cannot keep the game pure.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is top foul for a strike. It's 0-1. Ozzie 0 for 2 with 2 lineouts. Ottavino back out there. The 0-1. Dives inside, almost gets him in the leg. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way from Ottavino. Swing and a miss. 90-mile-an-hour changeup off the edge, 1-2. Braves are off tomorrow, but we will be here. 6:05 a.m. first pitch. The beginning of the Major League Baseball season. The Tokyo Series, Cubs and Dodgers. We'll have it right here. The 1-2. Slice foul and out of play. Do it again. I know a lot of y'all probably aren't up at that time, but if you get to work and you're curious what's going on, just tune on in. Cubs and Dodgers, it'll be Yamamoto versus Imanaga. So 2 countrymen going at it. Should be a pretty cool atmosphere. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. 2-2 count. Bottom of the 6th, Braves trail 2-0. The 2-2 swung on and lifted high and deep into right field. If it's fair, it's gone, but that wind's going to push it foul. About 6 or 7 guys are going after right in front of the concessions over there fighting for the souvenir. The 2-2 to Ozzie. That ball's roasted down the line, but plenty foul. We'll do it again. Ottavino about to throw his 27th pitch of the day. The 2-2. Slice back foul. Another one of those sliders that Ozzie just missed time. Braves are back at it Wednesday night. We'll have the game right here. We're only doing the Tuesday game of the Tokyo Series. I found out I have to be at work Wednesday morning, so I'm not going to be able to make it work, but we will have the Wednesday night game, Braves and Yankees. 6 p.m. will come on the air. The 2-2 lifted into center field. Lazy fly ball fighting the wind and the sun, making the catch out there is Anthony. 1 away. One down. First pitch on the way to Riley. It's a nice little cutter, about belt high. It's 0-1. Pitch has some good movement on it. The 0-1. Ottavino brings it. Misses well high. 1-1. Tried to do the same pitch essentially back to back and missed quite a bit. So 1-1 count. Red Sox 2, Braves nothing. The pitch, swing. That ball's slot back foul. 1-2. Standing on deck is Olsen, Ozuna in the hole. The 1-2. Swing, rips that back foul. Got a piece of that to stay alive, and he just missed timing that one up. That went straight back to the backstop. That usually means he almost got a hold of that one. 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with that one. 2 away. Matt Olson will be your batter. Red Sox lead the Orioles 3-2 in the 5th inning. in their split squad game over Mini Fenway. I think it's a good idea what the Red Sox have done. If you never paid attention to a game at the spring training facility there at Boston, they made the dimensions as the first pitch on the way is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1, exactly to the T of those in Boston, so the guys can get used to playing the Green Monster, etc. The 0-1 to Olsen. Pops it up into center field. He's going to corkscrew that in for a base hit. They had him played on a shift. And normally you would expect that ball to be caught, but with the wind and the sun and the shortstop twisting around, he just kind of lost it, and it falls for a base hit. And that's going to do it for Ottavino. They're going to take a break. We'll take it with them when we come back. Ozuna, the batter, tying run at the plate.
Frazier, wait a minute. Do you think you got me a tape of the show?
What on earth for?
Well, how often do you get to hear your son on the radio?
I'm on the radio every day.
Cause he's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks.
It could be like a government conspiracy, but it also could be something like, Bigfoot. What's your number one?
We never went to the moon. I don't believe it. I think it's a hoax.
All right.
They filmed it in a studio. Why didn't we ever go back?
All right, the crazies is coming out in us today. I'll see that and I'll raise you Area 51. I think there's I think there's little Martians and everything running around out there, and I think we're hiding something. We're hiding something out there. There's too many accounts of too many things that go wrong. And don't keep on telling me that it was a balloon that went by. The balloons aren't that big, okay? They don't go by that often. It's a little strange we haven't seen one in the last 30 years since technology's gotten better. There's been too many times where they've interviewed guys who were out there and they say, when they ask them, can you say what you've seen? And he goes, no, I'm sworn to secrecy. Well, why are you sworn to secrecy if nothing happened out there? Something went down.
Armchair.
I would put a committee together, get some coaches, get some players, and let's try to work this thing out. We can't ask these politicians nothing. Those people are awful people. They're all crooks.
On February 2nd, 1876, at Manhattan's Grand Central Hotel, a group of club owners, eager to tighten their control of the game, restore its respectability, and most of all to ensure greater profits, started a new association. They called it the National League of Professional Baseball Clubs.
Gabriel Jackson fired the first pitch at the knees, called it a ball, I guess. It's 1-0, the 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike right down the pipe, 1-1. Jackson, the right-hander, coming in for relief. He's only thrown 2/3 of an inning this spring. And I think we're going to get a time violation on Ozuna. So now it's 1-2. So 1-2. Swing, that ball's lifted high into center field. That will not get up there in the air. It's going to die at the warning track. And that'll end the inning. Ozuna gave it a ride, but that wind is pushing it right. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Someone calls you fat, just ignore them. You're bigger than that.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Your favorite shot?
favorite shot, I don't know. I had it last night. Lots of them. I think it's called the Picklehead, where it's a shot of Jameson with a little bit of pickle juice chaser, and it's the most wonderful and terrible thing I've ever had in my drinking life. Because once you take the shot, and then you take the pickle juice, there's no burn. There's absolutely no burn, right? And then you're like, well, shoot, yeah, it's just Kool-Aid at that point. It could lead to very bad things. Trust me.
Armchair.
It is ridiculous to pay ball players $2,000 a year, especially when the $800 boys often do just as well.
William A. Hulbert, a ruthless coal magnate who owned the Chicago White Stockings, became the National League's president. He immediately took steps to revive the reputation of the professional game. Players were forbidden to drink on the field or off. No beer was to be served on the grounds, and no games were to be played on Sunday. Power was to be invested in the owners, not the players.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Ian Anderson goes back to work. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike. It's on one. Y'all missed it. Didier Fuentes in the Futures game yesterday really shined for the Braves. Right-handed pitcher. He could be up with the team as early as sometime late next year. Go one, misses, 1-1. 1-1 count. Down and in, 2-1. When you see the Braves lose these guys like Max Fried and whatnot, multi-million dollars, and you just get frustrated. Why? Well, you forget that there's guys you don't see on a daily basis that's down on the farm. 2-1, swing and a miss. 2-2. Saw some folks asking about Riley. Yeah, if you missed the beginning of the show, he's about as healthy as you're going to be. He took batting practice this weekend, said he felt great, and he's in the lineup today. The 2-2 is chopped over towards first. Olsen has it. He'll dish it to Anderson covering the bag, 1 down. One away. Spencer Strider looked phenomenal today, if those of y'all that might have missed it. He went 2 2/3, struck out 6 in 27 pitches. Now, granted, it's against the B or C squad of the Red Sox, but nonetheless, he looks sharp. First pitch on the way. Down and away. Misses. It's 1-0. His velo is down a touch, but first of all, they don't want him going all out right now. And B is the 1-0. Lifted down the line. Slapped the tarps. Fouled. It's 1-1. Trace Thompson, your batter. Not only do they don't want him going all out, but you got that wind playing a factor too, as it's cutting through the infield. The 1-1. Down and away, 2-1. But he was dominating. For people who didn't catch it, he was overpowering. He looked just like he did before the injury. The 2-1 pitch from Anderson. Fastball, P at the knees, 2-2. The 2-2 lifted deep into left field. The wind's going to push it in. Coming in, making the running catches. Kelnick, 2 down. Two down. Sable, the batter, number 9 hitter, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch. Fastball misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. I think one of the most irritating things or concerning things with Anderson when he's walking all these guys is that when the pitches miss, he misses so far out of the zone, it's not even something people are going to chase. As that pitch is skipped up to the plate, 2-0. When he's on, the control looks impeccable, but it's so few and far between. It's a real concern going into the season. The 2-0 swing, that ball's rattled back foul, 2-1. But he is keeping the ball in the stadium. I mean, he's sitting there with the 2.81 ERA in the spring. He's not giving up a lot of hits, just a ton of walks. The 2-1, down and in, ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 count to Sable, top of the order due up. Michael Harris, the second, will lead us off in the next inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch swing. Ball is chopped over to second. Ozzie to Olsen. That'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the seventh we go, and it's Michael Harris, the second, coming to the plate. Welcome back. Michael Harris, the second, lead us off. I'd say this is probably the last inning or the last go around for these batters. We'll see how far we go. Atlanta Braves trail 2-0 here on a happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll go ahead and hit the out-of-town scoreboard while we have a chance. St. Louis 3-1 over Washington in the seventh as we begin inning number 7 on the Braves side. The first pitch on the way to Michael Harris, second, misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Rays 2, Yanks nothing. That game is in the seventh. Marlins 2-1 over the Mets in the seventh. The 1-0. Fastball right down the pipe. 1-1. Mills, the right-hander, is the new pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. Toronto leads Philly 2-1 in the sixth. Baltimore 4-3 over the Red Sox in the sixth. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Pirates and Tigers are tied at 6 in the fifth. Yankees and Blue Jays 4-3 in the fifth. Later on today, you got Arizona versus Kansas City. Seattle versus the A's is the 1-2. Fisted back foul, 92 mile an hour. Top shelf, outer edge. We'll do it again. Giants and White Sox, along with A's and Anaheim. The 1-2. That ball's going to get lifted down the left field line. That's going to be down for a base hit. Michael Harris II is on a board once again. We got something cooking here to start the 7th inning. Michael Harris is now 3 for 3. Looks like he's starting to warm up. Remember, when we left the season last year, even into the playoffs, Michael Harris was red hot. Came out here at the beginning of spring training really cold, but he's really started to pick it up. He's now batting .324 on the spring. De La Cruz is batting .313, stands in, first pitch. Inside, it's 0-1. Brewers and White Sox play later on today. Those are all 4 o'clock starts, the one that I was mentioning. Then tonight, you got Cleveland and Cincinnati at 9:05 Eastern, the 1-0. That ball's going to get dribbled through the infield. That's going to be a base hit. We've got runners on first and second. Nobody out. And the go-ahead run coming to the dish in the form of Daniel Baldwin. So 2 on, nobody out. The first pitch to Daniel Baldwin, who's 0 for 2. Pitch is right there for a... They're going to call that a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty, lefty, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one. Baldwin was coming out of his shoes. He was looking for his first home run of the spring. The 1-1. Pitch outside. 2-1. So the 2-1 count. Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate. The 2-1. Swung on and broken bat over towards second. This is going to be a tough play. It's going to be a 4. 6. Now they're going to hold the ball. So it's going to be a force at second base for the first out of the inning. On the play, after the bat shattered near the pitcher's mound, it was a 4-6. Shortstop put the ball in his pocket after thought about throwing it down to first. Harris makes it to third. So we've got runners on the corners. 1 away. Slow developing play after the ball broke the bat is all the Sox could do to get the force out at second. Lando Arcia, the batter, first pitch on the way, inside. 72 mile an hour. Had to bend out of the way. It's 1-0. Tell you what, if this is regular season and a 72 mile an hour pitch comes inside to Arcia, he better take that one on the hip. The way he's swinging the bat. The 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Good to see you pushing buttons. Thank you, Keith. We do have a pinch runner at first. I thought we might get that with the catcher. Espinoza is the pinch runner. The 2-0 way outside wide. Ball 3. 3-0. Our On This Date in History is coming up on the next break. We normally do it a little earlier, but the technical issues this app was having earlier today, we waited. The 3-0. Swing, fouls it straight back, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Runners on the corners. The infield is back and to the left. There's a huge hole between first and second, as both men are basically standing on the bags. The 3-1 pitch. Inside, 3-2. So if Arcia can hit the ball any way to the right-hand side, we're going to get a run. And with Espinosa's speed, we'd go first to third. Full count. See if Espinosa might be going. Mills comes set. Looks in, kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. High into center field. We may get a play here. Here comes the catch. Here comes the throw to home plate. And Michael Harris, the second, will come home and score, and your Atlanta Braves have cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. Smart play by the Red Sox. They cut it off, keep the runner at first from getting into scoring position. Jared Kelenic, your batter, still a runner on first, but 2 outs now. Time is called. Kelenic 1 for 2. The single in the third. They're going to flip it over there to first to keep the runner close by. Espinosa well back under the tag. First pitch on the way is swung on and popped up. Back foul and out of play. It's 0-1. A lot of foul territory here at Cool Today Park. That almost stayed in the park behind the home plate area, behind the big A that we have, the logo behind home plate, and what is a warning track right past it, but it just got into the first or second row. The 0-1. Whoa, way high and inside, 1-1. That was some chin music. The 1-1 count. Righty, lefty, runner at first. The pitch. Down and in, 2-1. With them holding Espinosa on because of his speed, there is a pretty good sized hole there on the right-hand side. Infield is back into the right, though. The 2-1. Swing, sliced it back foul into the crowd, 2-2. So 2-2 count. Deuces wild, 2-2, 2 outs. Braves trail 2-1. One swing would give them the lead. The 2-2. Swing and a missed strike 3. Kelenic couldn't catch up with it. That'll end the inning. High heat. Right past the bat of Kelenic. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Atlanta trails Boston 2-1.
So apparently it's rude.
On this date in 1936, 21-year-old Joe DiMaggio makes his Yankee debut in a big way. He collects 4 hits, a triple in an 8-7 loss to the Cardinals at Miller-Huggins Field in St. Petersburg, Florida in an exhibition loss. The 2-time AL MVP and future Hall of Famer will play 13 seasons with the Bronx Bombers, appearing in 10 fall classics, in which the team wins 9. On this date in 1940 at Plant Field in Tampa, Florida, a capacity crowd sees the National League beat the American League in an interleague exhibition all-star game. The charity contest, which is broadcasted nationally on the Mutual Broadcast System, raises over $20,000 to help feed, clothe, and house the citizens of Finland, whose country was recently attacked in November by the Soviet Union. And on this date in 1965, Jackie Robinson becomes the first African American to join a national network broadcast team when he signs on to announce with ABC. The Hall of Fame infielder will debut at Fenway Park, teaming with Merle Harmon, the radio voice of the Milwaukee Braves, to do the Game of the Week telecast. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Boston 2, Braves 1. Ian Anderson will go out there for another inning. The first pitch is Bender up top for a strike. It's 0-1. He very well could be asked to go the entire, well, I don't know. He's at 76 pitches, maybe not. I was thinking he could get through the entire last 2 frames, but that's probably a big ask at this part of the spring. The 0-1's down and away. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch outside, 2-1. Ian Anderson has had quite the time with his control today. The 2-1 lifted into left field. That ball's going to get dropped by the backhanded attempt of Atlanta's shortstop, who is now in the game, Nick Allen. Just about the time we're ready to make Nick Allen our starting shortstop, he does something like that. Batting .458 on the spring, Nick Allen is, with an 1167 OPS, but you got to take that with a grain of salt. You're not getting that, but my point pre-game was I'm ready to do anything but Arcia. The first pitch on the way, swung on, and the bat ball's grounded back to Allen. He's got a chance to make up for this. It's going to be a 6, 4, 3, rally killing double play. Good job by Nick Allen getting it out there to second base. Luke Williams is now playing second, and here turned it quickly to Verdung at first. Workinger is now in left. Center field, it's Eli White. As the first pitch on the way is inside, hits the plate, it's 1-0. Out in right field, it's Paulini. Behind the plate is Chadwick Tromp. 1-0. In the dirt, 2-0. And I don't believe I've updated the third baseman yet. It is Conley in for Riley. One-0 count. The only person not lifted yet is Ozuna, and they'll lift him if he comes back to bat. The 2-0 misses high, 3-0. 3-0 count, 2 outs, but Anderson has already walked 4 today. Rifle back foul. 3-1. If you're trying to compare this to a regular season, as he came in, he's trying to complete his 5th inning of work, and he is at 84 pitches. That's not terribly high, even with all the walks. But there goes walk number 5, as that pitch is well inside, nowhere near the zone. And the runner will head on down to first. One on, 2 out. Narvaez, the batter now for the Red Sox. On a St. Patrick's Day. What's everybody drinking tonight? What's everybody eating tonight on St. Patrick's Day? Righty-righty matchup. Anderson turns around and fires it over to first. I did see a pretty funny meme the other day that we put on our Facebook page. There's a picture inside someone's fridge where they had, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe 8 different types of beer bottles and beer cans. And the caption read, it's a bullpen game tonight. First pitch misses, it's 1-0, the 1-0 count. Righty-righty matchup. And I can't get that out of my head now. I think about how many nights I've done the bullpen game, not even thinking about that. This is the 1-0, down and away, 2-0. 2-0 count. James doing a little Crown Royal. Is that Irish? 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 90 mile an hour up top. 2-1. We've seen Ian top out today. I think the highest I saw him throw today was 93. He's been consistently 91, 92. When he was in his heyday, the 2-1 swung on and slapped foul. The runner went. Evens up the count 2-2. His heyday, I believe he was hitting around 94, so he's really close to where he was. And he looks to be in good shape. He doesn't look like he's came into camp not prepared. It's just his control is just not there. But I still believe he gets an opportunity to pitch. The 2-2 chopped over towards short. Should be an easy 6-3 putout. It is, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, see if we can tie this one up or even do a little better. We'll be back in a flash here in Braves country. We should see eyeglasses. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Do you ever just look at someone and think, you're the Monday of people?
So take us to 1955. Where were you when they won it all?
I was in the last period of the day in math class with Mr. Rabin. And it surprised me when I moved south that we weren't doing this. But of course, coming from the New York area, there was always at least one team in the World Series. So each fall, they played the World Series on the radio over the PA system. Remember, this is the 1950s.
So they played it during the entire broadcast?
Yes. And
okay.
Teachers had the right, to turn it on and off, maybe teach a little math and then go. But I distinctly remember being in there and, grabbing the side of the desk and just praying, and all of us feeling that way. And then when we won, of course, and I guess it must have been during math class, my best memory, that the game was won by the Dodgers. And we just burst out. And I still remember Mr. Rabin looking at us and say, okay, no homework tonight for you Dodger fans, but don't you ever mention this again. He loved the Yankees.
They were playing the Yankees.
Yes.
Johnny Padres will go down in infamy.
I remember hearing a report one night that, of course, the celebration broke out all over the streets of Brooklyn, and there was a pregnant woman who delivered a baby in the middle of all this, and he was named Johnny Padres, whatever. So there may be somebody still wandering around the streets of New York with that name.
Armchair.
Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Braves Country Radio. Pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Swung on and chopped foul off the plate back behind home plate. Luke Williams, it's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Braves trail by 1. The pitch. Slices it back foul, 0-2. Redsox 2, Braves 1 here on St. Patrick's Day. It's got to be a little chilly in the shade there at the game as the 0-2 outside wide. 1-2. It's chilly up here, and I'm about a couple hundred miles north of where this game is being played at. It was being projected to be in the high 60s and the wind whipping at 20-something miles an hour, so it's got to be chilly there. The 1-2. Just misses. 2-2. Try to give him a chance to slider off the edge. Mills still in there for the Red Sox. Most of them are bundled up that are in that shade. The 2-2 pops it up. High in the sky, fighting the sun and the wind, coming over, making the basket catch. No, he's going to kick it and boot it. He's going to kick it and boot it, and the tying run is on. That was a spring training base hit, or they'll probably give the error. He caught it right on his, the ball hit the heel of his glove. He tried to corral it to his chest, almost like a football type catch. Reamer will probably be credited with the error, I would think. Let me double check and see what they did on that one. Now they're giving Luke a hit. That's a very generous base hit. First pitch. Bing! That got him. And Mr. Eli White will head on down to first. Hit by pitch got him right in the wallet. And we'll keep the line moving. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. First pitch on the way is a fastball right there at the knees. To Nick Allen, it's 0-1. Allen batting. He's the low one, swung on and lifted into left field, coming in and making a catch in left field, firing it to the third base side of the infield. Johnson, the left-hander, is in for Sogard. One away. I was about to say Allen batting 453. He's now batting 440 after that out. The wind is now howling in from left field, pushing the ball in. At the beginning of this game, it was whipping from left to right, pushing the ball out. So now if you're going to get the ball out of here, you're going to have to hit it with a hammer. First pitch on the way to Quintero is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. We've seen Quintero hit a couple this spring. He hammered one down the right field line, or left field line, from the right side last week. They probably would cut through that wind. The 0-1. Outside wide 1-1. But this reminds me of an early game in Wrigley, where if you're really trying to win the game, you're just trying to dink and dunk your way around the bases because it's almost impossible to get that ball up. The 1-1 misses high, 2-1. Two-one count. That pitch missed way inside, 3-1. The 3-1 inside, ball 4. He'll head on down to first. And the Braves have loaded the bases up, one down, and looks like they're going to go to the bullpen real quick. We'll be back in a flash. Braves got the tying run coming to home plate. Bases juiced here in Braves country.
Do you ever just look at someone and think, you're the Monday of people?
So take us to 1955.
So I used to date this guy. And he's. Oh, I don't think I'm ready to talk about that yet.
How to act when you see an attractive person. Quickly look away. Now slowly look back. Slight smile. Look down. Slowly look up at them. Start to wave high, but then change your mind. Now laugh to yourself. Now dead serious. Now blow them a kiss. Blow them another kiss. Now blow them a French kiss. Flare your nostrils. Now flick your tongue like a lizard. Now squint your eyes and mouth the words, call me.
I love when people are like, what are you doing after work? And I'm like, what am I doing after work? I have to make supper. I have to go to bed at 7:30. What do you mean? What am I doing after work? Are we meant...
Welcome back. Ducks all over the pond. First pitch on the way to Chadwick Trump. He's inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Birdie now the pitcher, excuse me. Time is called. Nick Birdie, 32-year-old, former New York Yankee out of Hinsdale, Illinois. Played his college ball in Louisville. Was drafted in 2014 by the Twins. The 0-1. Nasty slider across the belt there for a strike. It's 0-2. Played for the Yankees last year. Before that, the Cubs, and 3 years prior with the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. The 0-2. Swing. Slaps it back foul, 96 miles an hour. Do it again. So an 0-2 count. Birdie fires it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase that slider down below the knees, 2 away. Chadwick Trump most likely to be the extra catcher behind Baldwin at opening day. He won't be there for his bat. He can hit a pretty straight fastball. That's about it that we've seen over the time with Trump. But he calls a good game, and the pitching staff tends to like him. So first pitch on the way is swung on. It's going to get dribbled over to third and handcuffed to third baseman. He'll corral it and flip it over to first. That'll end the inning. So just like that, we went from bases loaded, 1 out, to a strikeout and a ground him out. We'll be back in a flash here in Braves country.
Maybe I'm the problem. Nah, that doesn't even sound right. Stay woke in these streets.
Major League Baseball pitcher Brady Singer's mom reading the letter he sent her just before Christmas.
I love you, Mom and Dad. Dear Mom and Dad, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done to help me reach my dreams. From Woodley Field to Kaufman's. There's absolutely no way I could have done all this by myself. Both of you constantly took off of work and spent every dime you made just to put a smile on my face. My smile and appreciation for both of you has never stopped, and it never will. I will always remember traveling around Florida for baseball, trying to cheaply eat and save money, but I never could because you both always wanted me to have the best stuff to help me pursue my dreams. The money you both spent on traveling, your gear, hotel, food, and all those Gatorades I drank is much more than I could ever give you. But there was something I want to give to you. I am paying off the loan from the bank. Also, I paid off all your debt as well. What? Now, instead of trying to save money every weekend to replace the savings account you drained on traveling to play baseball, you can spend it on yourselves. Because you deserve the very best, I want you both to know how much I appreciate you and how none of this would be possible without you. Your giving hearts helped to shape my tiny dream into a reality. I love you both more than you could ever imagine and will never forget what you both have done. Now let's go celebrate. Merry Christmas. Love always, Brady.
Despite their pleas for forgiveness, Hulbert banned all 4 players from baseball forever. For 5 years, Jim Devlin haunted the corridors outside meetings of the National League club owners, hoping somehow to be reinstated. Desperate, he wrote to Harry Wright, still the most respected man in the game. Harry Wright did nothing.
Welcome back, Spencer Strider Day. He looked phenomenal. 2 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts. We'll get Angel Perdomo today. I was hoping we might get Iglesias, but first pitch on the way is a slider up top for a strike. It's on 1. It's trending more and more that he's going to end up making the opening day roster. If you didn't see the news over the weekend, we'll try to get you caught up real quick. The 0-1 misses 1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. just got a piece of it, but Trump held on to it 1-2. Yesterday, the Braves reassigned Jake Diekman and Buck Farmer and Kurt Casale, along with Jake Marisnik, to the minor league camp, taking the team down to now 39 players in camp. The 1-2 swung on and lifted over towards second. It's going to be a soft line drive caught by Luke Williams. L4 in your scorecard, 1 down. One away. We already talked about the Austin Riley feeling good. He looked good today, so it appears we dodged a major bullet there with him. I was really hoping to see Buck Farmer make the team, but maybe he'll stay in our minor league system and we'll be able to hold on to him, because I do think we need guys like him to make it through the season. The 2-0 from Perdomo. I know they want that left-hander, but he hasn't been that impressive to me so far. The 2-0 swung on and lifted high into left field. The wind's going to knock that down. If this is a normal day, that ball's gone. And that ball's about 4 rows back. But because of the wind out there that is just cutting into the infield, it's going to die right there at the warning track. 2 down. First pitch from Perdomo to Liendo misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing. Just got a piece of that one. Slaps it back foul. It's 1-1. They're expecting Acuna to be back somewhere around that Dodger series in early May. The 1-1 is swung on and lifted. Eli White will come over and make the catch in right center field, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth, talk more about this when we come back. See if the Braves might be able to scratch out a run or maybe even the W.
Well, I did it. I woke up today. So, I think that's enough activity.
Here are some facts about Ireland that you may not know. Fact number 1. 10 million pints of Guinness are produced in Dublin every single day. Most of them are drank the same day. And we have lots and lots of different accents, from Northern Ireland all the way down to Kerry. Ireland has 2 official languages. The English language we're speaking now, which is most commonly used, but also we have Gaeilge, which is our Irish native tongue, and not enough people speak it. I wish I knew more.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
So Pete Rose, the leadoff batter for the Philadelphia Phillies, introduced to the crowd here today. And Pete Rose, a man who has been at bat more times than any player in the history of the major leagues.
That if he keeps breathing, he will break Ty Cobb's record.
And, of course, the big question this year is whether or not he'll be able to play every ball game. He wants to. The manager says he wants to rest him. He's missed only 80 games in his 20-year career. And Seaver's first pitch, ball 1. Seaver with 264 wins, 156 losses. One of few pitchers who has won over 100 games more than he has lost.
Armchair.
Devlin got a job as a policeman in 1880. Died of consumption just 3 years later. His early death, said a Louisville newspaper, was an instructive example of the fruits of crookedness. The National League had survived its first scandal.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Paulini. This is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, chops it foul down the first base line. 1-1. Braves 1, Red Sox 2. Bottom of the ninth. It'll be Pellini, Verdung, and Workinger, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, unless they decide to pinch it along the way. The 1-1. Outside, wide. That's a ninth inning strike in a spring training game, 1-2. 1-2 count. Birdie kicks and fires, nowhere near the zone, 98 miles an hour up top. Even count, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing. Ripped over to short. Almost eats up the shortstop over there, but a good defensive backhanded play by the Red Sox shortstop Ravello, who's in for Hamilton. It'll be a 6-3 putout. Kind of an in-between hopper. The exit velocity on that had to be over 100 miles. That thing was flying. He did a great job to backhand it on the outfield grass and then turn and fire. First pitch on the way to Verdung is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Will Verdung had 2 home runs in the minors last season, but once again, that wind is bearing in from left field towards center field. From left field to shallow center, it is really knifing in. The 1-0. 95 up against the backstop, 2-0. The 2-0 count. As we leave the game today, we're going to play the Bakota rankings for the AL East in case y'all have missed it. The 2-0. Birdie comes set. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Tomorrow, we'll come on the air by 5:45 a.m. Probably a touch earlier because I've got to get all my ducks in a row, everyone that's carrying the game. But 5:45 a.m., 6:05 first pitch, Cubs-Dodgers in Tokyo, and the games count. 2 games there in Tokyo Tuesday and Wednesday. The 2-1, comebacker to the mound. They'll flip it over to third. So kind of a mini opening day. And it'll be a fun atmosphere because they're playing in Japan and there's a ton of homegrown players from Japan on both sides of the docket. Workinger comes set, righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Slider misses off the edge. It's 1-0. Workinger batting just 125 of the spring. We've seen him a couple of times this spring. The 1-0. Slice foul down the right field line. Plenty foul. Bangs up against the wall and the ball boil sticking in his pocket. 1-1. 1-1 count. That wind is whipping at the Mets game down in Port St. Lucie as well. Mets have just taken a 6-2 lead over the Marlins. 1-1. Calling for a strike on the outer edge, 1-2. Believe that might have been Marte that just went yard. I'm not sure. I couldn't quite see who that was. It looks like Starlin Marte. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that will end the game. So, Braves lose another tough one. These spring training affairs, low scoring, and 2 runs, 2 hits for the Red Sox. That's all they got was 2 hits, but it was enough to win the game. Braves 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. If we were going to give a game ball today, it'd definitely be to Spencer Strider. He went 2 2/3 and struck out 6 in 27 pitches. We'll leave you today with the Pacoda rankings of the American League East, and see you tomorrow morning, 6:05 first pitch, when you're grabbing yourself some coffee and a donut. Throw on Braves Country. We'll already be at it. Y'all have a great one. Here are your 2025 American League East Pacoda projections. Projected to finish in last place in the AL East, the Boston Red Sox with 80 wins and 82 losses. In fourth place, Pacoda has the Tampa Bay Rays coming in with 82 wins and 80 losses. Just a touch above Boston's projections with 81.9 and 80.1 in the loss column. Toronto is in third with 85 wins and 87 losses. The Baltimore Orioles projected to finish second, not too far behind the Yankees with 88.5 wins, 73.5 losses. Pacoda has the Yankees projected with 88.7 and 73.3. Braves Country Radio's 2025 predictions, we see the Toronto Blue Jays finishing in last place in the AL East, somewhere around just below the 80-win mark. We'll say 78. We've got the Tampa Bay Rays hanging in there right around 500, so we'll go 81 and 81. And the Boston Red Sox taking a step forward, assuming they can figure out the mess that is Rafael Devers. We'll take the Boston Red Sox to win 85 and lose 77. Give me the Baltimore Orioles to finish with 89 wins, and the New York Yankees to win the AL East once again with about 93 W's. And that's your Braves Country Radio 2025 Pacoda projections. Make sure to tune in Wednesday, March 26th for Braves Country Radio's 2025 preview show. We'll do predictions for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. That's Wednesday, March 26th, right here on Braves Country Radio.
You're in Braves Country.